Hi everyone, this is Grace. How are you? Most likely we would live up to age 100. That means we would be working until around age 80. So let's redesign your life. And 2 days ago, I did my Facebook Live and about wealth building. Based upon my experience, I think there are three phases of wealth building. The first phase is for you to struggle and you become average people to a wealthy people or millionaire. And then the second phase is the most important phase. That is the sustainability. Everybody can have a one lucky moment in their life, and they could hit the lotto, or they could, in a network marketing business, they might happen to sponsor a real good business builder, and they are not doing too well, but the person they sponsor or their downlines might be working so hard, and they end up becoming a diamond director or millionaire. Or maybe you happen to buy a cryptocurrency when nobody knows about it, and today that cryptocurrency became thousands of dollars, so you are already multi-millionaire, something like that. So anybody can have at least one lucky moment in life, but the point is whether or not you can stay wealthy, and not only wealthy, but whether or not you can stay happy millionaire. So that's the issue of sustainability, and you need to stay that status for at least 1 decade, 10 years, or at least a couple of decades, 20 years. Then you are the real, genuine, successful person. And then the third phase, in my opinion, is the phase that you would dedicate yourself to the future generation. Of course, you can do the phase 2, phase 3 together. Like us, we have set up the scholarship because we want to support young people at my alma mater, my university that I came from. So I set up the scholarship to support graduate students, and it is my dream to have a foundation to support more and more young, talented students. Because I am coming from academia, I believe knowledge is power. So those are the three phases. And I think the first phase might be the most difficult or the most challenging phase for average people, because they have to work so hard to become average person to somebody. And as I said, you might be lucky. You just buy a lottery, and you might hit a millionaire. So you can be, I don't know, lucky and wealthy as quickly as one day. But usually, I think it would take at least 5 to 7 years. And during this moment, what is most crucial is what kind of people you spend the time with. What kind of people do you spend the time with? In other words, to me, I can tell whether or not the person would succeed depending on the kind of people they hang out with. And there are two kinds of people that you can spend the time with. One is the people more superior than you, or the people more successful than you. And on the other hand, the other choice you have is you hang around with the people who are less successful or lower than you in terms of income, in terms of career, in terms of socio-economical status. And I might be wrong, but for those people who would feel comfortable or who would feel humble and can spend the time with successful people, they are the one will be successful. You know why? Because they are a humble learner. On the other hand, some people just cannot stand with people who are more successful or people who are better than themselves, those are the people, you know why? Because they are jealous people and they don't want to admit that was their fault, or they don't want to admit it's up to them what kind of life they can have. They don't want to admit it's up to them to create their future. They always want to blame others, and they always hate somebody more successful than them. They are so jealous. So those are the people hang around with the people lower than them in terms of socio-economical status. And then as long as they are jealous, as long as they don't want to accept their responsibility, they'll never make it. And then in my situation, at the age 25, I thought I was a cream of the crop. But my father have to go through emergency surgery, which is out of my control. I cannot control my parents' health, right? It's up to them whenever they decide to become sick. So I have to leave my career, and I was forced to jump into the business world, investment world, but I was lucky to do that. That was the best thing happened in my life. I was up here, I go down there, and then it took me 5 years to come up. And during that time, I wasn't jealous at the successful rich people at all, but rather I always wanted to learn from them. So I was hanging around with doctors and professors, business owners, executives of Fortune 500 companies. They were all better than me, the higher socio-economical strata people. And I was always curious what they did, because they have to start where I was and they have to make it. And you know, when you are humble, when you are genuine, and you are willing to learn from them, they are the best kind of people. They were generous, they were genuine, and they really took my hand and they taught me their life lesson. So I am more than grateful for those successful people I met when I was really the pits in my life, because I was laid off by my hospital supervisor when I requested for family leave of absence to take care of my sick father, right? So this is the thing. It takes you good 5 to 7 years for you to become from average person to top 5%, top 1% of the wealthy group. And it is most crucial what kind of people you hang out with. You know, Jim Rohn said, your income is the average of 5 best friends you spend the most time with. And I believe that's true, because I was really the pits in my life, because I was fired by a hospital because I asked for family leave of absence to take care of my sick father. So I was nobody, but I was spending more time with those successful people, and they are very kind. They were genuine people. Usually the average people tend to be mean, and they were jealous. They don't want to accept the responsibility. And those successful people are the genuine people. In my case, I might be wrong. Your situation might be wrong. But anyhow, so when you are going through the hard time now, be humble. Look for wealthy people who are genuine, who are willing to talk to you and share their life story. That's how I learn. Okay, that's all for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.